friends, we are here in the Imaginarium today, and I thought we would do a full flip through tour of this Overflow journal here. I showed it to you empty, but I never showed it to you full, even though I finished it like almost, I was gonna say almost 6 months ago, but no, it was like almost a year ago that I finished it. So let's flip through it. This is a fat journal with a serious gator mouth problem. So this video is gonna be a little bit long, so grab you what you need to be comfy cozy, craft along, get something done while we're going through this, whatever makes you happy, whatever floats your boat, whatever. Nope, I'm not gonna say that. Okay, anyhow. Let us begin. Hello friends, it's Vervain, and I actually finished filling up this junk journal kind of a long time ago, and I was just so busy with my teeny tiny baby that I didn't ever show you guys. So I thought today we would do a full flip through, since I know you guys always like those, and I like doing them. I like having the record of them as well. And this is probably going to be a pretty long video because I do want to tell you about the different pages and the construction and everything that happened along the way. I do have, if you're curious, a flip through of this journal from before I filled it up, when it was like empty. And I will link that down below, and also I'll link down below the playlist of all of my junk journal flip throughs, which includes empty ones, full ones, all sorts of things. So like I said, this might be kind of a longer video. I would suggest grabbing whatever you need to get cozy, or if you're just going to listen in the background while you get some stuff done or do your own little bit of crafting, that's great too. I'm glad that you're here. And let's get started. So this was a journal that I made. I was kind of thinking that it would take me a year to work through, because the one I did before that was basically like my 2023 junk journal. I pretty much worked through it in about a year, finished it in like January of the next year. So I made this one, and I made it the way that I made it because my word of the year for 2024 was overflow, and I have videos talking about that as well, and I think I talk about that in the empty one as well. But the symbol of the overflow to me is the Ace of Cups tarot card. So I did this applique and embroidery with these crystal beads and stuff of the Ace of Cups, and then this is like an old shirt and stuff, and just some fabric that I really loved. This journal is so full. Okay, so that's enough about the cover, and I go into more of it in the empty video. However, I will note, as it started to get so full, and because I used a different construction method on this one than I do on most of my other ones, although I've been experimenting more with construction methods recently. But because of the type of spine and binding that I did, this front bit really started to peel. It was like hot glued originally. It really started to peel as it started to fill up. And so I ended up using an awl to poke a bunch of holes and just using some waxed linen thread to do this. I think you call this a blanket stitch. It's a very messy blanket stitch. I kind of meant for it to be like here the whole way. And it didn't work out that way, and that's okay. It's fine. It is what it is. I like that it's imperfect. And then I have a little key charm and a little evil eye charm with a bell. It's a little protection magic here. Not that anyone's like sneaking in and reading my junk journals, but, and not that I'm like trying to keep this private as I'm about to go put this on the internet for the whole world to see. So this is our inside cover, and I started with some Overflow stuff. This is a gift tag from somebody. An old oil coven sticker, Fakite Magyam Quotidien, which means make magic every day. Some more Ace of Cups stuff. Start each day with a grateful heart. And then this was a journal card that I made about my word of the year. You are magical. Done is better than perfect. I look for the beauty in each moment and open up to unlimited possibilities. And that was page 111. That was from like an Oracle deck book. I'm going to make everything around me beautiful. That will be my life. Elsie DeWolf. I have no idea who that is, but I come across this quote all the time online, and I love it so much, and I resonate with it so much. This was from a tarot read. So I did a lot of, I was really proud of myself. I would love to get back into this. I was doing really consistent, tarot readings throughout the year for like pretty much every new moon and full moon for a good long while. I think I kind of lost that consistency once my baby arrived, which seems reasonable. So I have a lot of pages in here where I have like the sign that the sun was in, and then I maybe have like the associated moonology card. So like this is new moon in Capricorn. And then I have like the picture of my reading that I printed out for that. And then this is like, if you open it up, it has like my journal, a little Capricorn dictionary entry. It has my journaling for like the whole reading. I am blessed. I co-created the divine. But then I kind of summarized it with these like affirmations. These were my takeaways from the reading, basically, like affirmations to walk away with, basically. And so I put that in this vellum pocket so that I could see the affirmations and just like engage with those when I went through my journal without necessarily opening it up, but I could open it up and look at the whole reading and all my notes for it if I wanted to. I might do a video, now that I'm thinking about it, of just like different ways to log tarot readings in a junk journal, because also you're going to see a lot of that today. Okay. Oh yeah, here's another tarot reading. This one is my favorite one, probably, like the way that it's logged. This is a waterfall. Oh my God, how fun is that? How fun is that? I have a junk journal with me video for making this interactive waterfall, but in that video, I hadn't written anything on it yet, and it took me a long time to decide what was worthy of writing on it. And then I used it for my full moon in Leo tarot spread. So this was like the significator, and then as like it turned out that there were five or six cards, 5 cards, I guess, in the reading, or 5 positions in the reading. So like for position 1, there's my sticker, my question, and my kind of notes on my answer, which continue onto the back. And that's how it is for all of them. This one I had drawn 2 cards for, and that's how it goes. And then this was a picture of, at the moon circle that I did that reading at, we had like a little group spell work as well. And that's a screenshot from a video that somebody else took on their phone. So that was fun. This is from when I was getting to know my tarot deck of Aphrodite. And I worked a lot with Venus over the last year or so. That was meant to be a journal card, and then I just never wrote on it. I might, sometimes when I don't use a journal card in one journal, I end up like taking it out and writing in it for the next one. Maybe I'll take that out actually. Like it looks really pretty and perfect here, and I love it here. But also I didn't use it, and I'd like to use it. And then just some love and beauty things. This was the first card that I drew from my Tarot of Aphrodite, which was the Ace of Cups, the Overflow. So that was cool. And then the full moon in Leo moonology card. Oh, and one of my favorite lipsticks that is discontinued. And I'm very sad about it. I don't use much makeup, but when I like do, it's a product that I've really fallen in love with, and I hate when they like discontinue stuff. It makes me so mad. Okay. Oh yeah, this is my notes from that whole first reading from the Tarot of Aphrodite. Oh, so this was a tip-in. This whole page was a tip-in. I didn't realize that with the washi tape. It's my business card, both sides. And now is a good time to try something new. And then here we have this little pocket on this vellum page with a postcard that someone sent me with a gift, I think, and a block print that I carved. And I was kind of doing this as like a test print because I thought I was going to carve a bunch more detail into the block. And then I did this test print and I was like, actually, I really like it just the way that it is. And I did end up adding some like pen detail, but I ended up not doing anything additional to the block, actually. Here it is, and I quite like it. Love it. And it's the same, it's the Web of Weird made of rose thorns that is so precious and meaningful to me. So those go in there. And I really like how like this design and this color looks with this pocket of this like flocked paper. So cool. This was like from the roses that I got. Oh, this was from, I did like a whole bunch of, I made 6 junk journals in a week, sold my first one within hours of listing it. One of them was a gift, 3 of them were for me, and then I guess maybe 4 of them were for me, and then 1 I listed. So these look like fabrics that I used for the covers of the ones that I made for myself, although maybe I used this one for someone else. I forget which one it was that maybe I finished this one because I sold this one right away. Which is funny. This is totally different from like all of the other ones that I do. That was my fairy tale junk journal. There's actually a whole video playlist of like really long form videos of me working on making this junk journal. So if you want to watch that, you can. And then this one was for when I made for somebody. And there's some journaling. There's a screenshot from my vlog. Some of the washi tapes that I used in this one. This was the, I don't know what it's called, like Purple Dragon Junk Journal, maybe, if you look it up. This was a beautiful card that somebody sent me. Love it so much. One of my first cold plunges. This is this William Morris Strawberry Thief paper, but I had like tea dyed some of the William Morris papers, and I just love the way they look so much. Sometimes you have a paper in your journal that's just perfect without having anything on it. And I didn't want to add anything at all to this. So there it is. And then I was kind of using this as like just like a tester page for my stamps. Once again, like I really didn't want to mess too much with this beautiful Audubon page over here. And this has like some, I guess it's not actually a note, a card that a friend had sent me with a beautiful stamp on it. And yeah, I made a lot of stamps that I didn't end up testing on this spread, but that was what I was using this page for. You can see some of them are tested like when they're only partway carved, and you can kind of see them progress. This was a spell, like an abundance spell that I did with the candle and all the pentacles. There's 10 pentacles on here, I believe. Might be some extra. This page I'm not going to show you everything because it's got like my baby's birthday and some addresses and stuff, but there's like one of her ultrasound pictures, and I've got like a recipe card for the belly balm that I made when I was pregnant, and the Empress card, all those sorts of things. Her due date was in May, so I like made this up, and her name is Rosemary, so I carved these rosemary stamps. Yeah, so that's what that is. Okay, and then we have a currently page. I love doing these, and I actually want to do another one of these soon. So I like typed out all of these prompts, like eating, drinking, reading, writing, listening to, watching, planting, harvesting, addicted to, working on, cooking, making, looking forward to, blah, 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 blah. Typed all those out on my typewriter and then wrote in kind of like what I was into at the time. There's me testing out all 24 of my set of rune stamps of that particular set. I've made a couple set. This might be my only finished set of rune stamps, but I'm working on some other sets of rune stamps. Ooh, and this was some of the beautiful lacy cabbage dyed paper that I did this year. I like filmed a ton of footage for a video about that cabbage dyed paper, and then I never posted it. This is also cabbage dyed paper. So I never edited it and I never posted it, or I never like finished it. So if you want that, drop a comment below, let me know. This was from an IKEA trip. I got, I guess Swedish meatballs, and they gave me the little Swedish flag in my Swedish meatballs. I thought that was funny. I thought it was fun and cute. This is from like the gallery walls. I liked this gallery wall. Bunch of gallery walls in my home in progress. And I think this is, I made a couple flower crowns because I did a couple different like maternity photo shoots, and then I had my baby shower. And so I made flower crowns for all of those, and they're all up around my house still, but they're dry now, of course. But I just thought it was so beautiful hanging there on the wall, fresh. And then these are part of our living room, the library, gallery wall going up in progress, dining room, kitchen, living room, and, sorry, out of frame a little bit there. And then this clock face is from the giant sun clock that I've had and loved forever. I love the frame so much. It's like a giant metal sun, and it just had this as the face. But the truth is the clock has not worked well in such a long time. And I just kept it on the wall anyway because I loved it. I didn't care that it didn't work. But finally I took the clock face out. As you can see, it is here, and I put some art in it. The only thing is the art that I have in it right now is like way too low contrast for how high up it's hung. It was just really hard to find something that would fit in that frame and look good. So I'm gonna need to switch it out with something else later, but right now it has a beautiful Kanuko Y craft piece in it. I think it's called Hope. Okay, here we have another tarot reading and just kind of like some full moon stuff. So there's the full moon in Virgo card from Moonology. There's a little hermit, well, not a little, a big hermit that I cut out from my giant tarot deck. This was a coffee stained paper, I believe, where I used a little moon mask to create like a resist. That was really cool. And then this is my tarot journaling for that moon. And then this was like a spell that we had done with Oil Coven. And I like buried a copy of it, I buried the original and then I made a copy to put in my junk journal. So it's like sealed such that I could open it and read it if I wanted to. And I'd like to open it and read it like in a long time, but not right now. So there's that, and that's all just tucked into, this is like the flap of an envelope. I love attaching envelopes this way. So it's glued like here and here, maybe here, not sure. And then open here like a pocket. And then, yeah, it's probably glued here because it's not going to be glued over here, because over here it's a flap. And I think I have a whole video on like doing scrap collage envelopes. It's one of my favorite things. I really love how this one came out. Just a bunch of blue-green scrap collage, and then this was like a gel print that I had made with a hot glue stamp. And I love the little star glitters in the water streams. I hope you can see those well. I love them so much. They make me so happy. Happy mail for Vervain. This was from a synergy spell that we made together as Oil Coven at an Oil Coven event. This was some happy mail that I got, and some pictures from when we made that synergy spell from that same event, making flower crowns. Oh, some of the beautiful things that bloom in my yard. bearded iris and some spiderwort. And then this was a song that I wrote. Actually, it looks like there's 2 songs that I wrote here. There's a familiar tune and Dark Moon in Winter. You still light up the room, but I don't go there anymore. My flowers still in bloom, just like it always was before. But you're not here in the garden, you're not here to shed your light on Vervain and the roses, and the moon is dark tonight, and perhaps that's as it should be. Or maybe darkness has to come, maybe winter has to take away the warmth of the sun. But I never saw a light shine like you before. There is another reading. What all is in here? This is probably a bunch of photos that I kind of like meant to journal, and I guess this counts. Valentine's Day stuff. Oh, so I made rose ravioli. It did not come out as beautiful as I wanted it to, but my husband was still impressed and he still loves me, and it was still super delicious, so it's okay. It looks like, I feel like it looks like rolled lunch meat, but it's not. It's beet colored pasta stuffed with homegrown oyster mushroom ravioli filling and in like handmade pasta fresca. It was so delicious with like a white wine sauce and asparagus. I really did the most. There's that bearded iris. New moon in Aquarius for that reading. Just to note, I think this is from, we do sometimes, we didn't do one this year, but the last couple years we did like a oil coven love and gift exchange around Valentine's Day. So that's fun, like a Secret Santa, but for your online coven and for Valentine's Day. I've got some wildflowers from the yard, some henbit and some other stuff. My mom came to visit right around Valentine's Day, actually. Maybe on Valentine's Day even. There's a close-up of the ravioli. Oh yeah, I also made raw chocolate to make, I did chocolate-covered strawberries and rose-shaped chocolate peanut butter cups. And then I made my husband a beautiful, what do you call it? Like a Victorian pocket purse Valentine. So that's all watercolor that I did. And it has lyrics from my wedding vows that I wrote in it. My friend brought her baby goat to Moon Circle. So that's what that is. And my rose blooming. More bearded irises. Oh, getting my dahlias at Home Depot. Those did not survive the winter, but that's okay. Oh, this was a salmon dinner with a bamboo and vegetable stir fry, and those bamboo shoots are from my yard. So we really did the most harvesting the bamboo shoots and trying to keep the bamboo from spreading. And we ate them and they were delicious. They were awesome. 10 out of 10 would eat again. However, the labor is a lot. The labor to like nutrition ratio is so off. And then there's this beautiful meal that's like a lamb chop, I think, or maybe a steak. There's the bamboo shoots. Yeah, so that's what they look like when we dig them up. And then you have to peel off like 100 layers of bamboo paper to get to the core that's like these weird guys. More bearded irises and a rose. Okay. And my mom brought me some See's candies. That was very sweet of her. Oh, there's a familiar tune again. As your car pulls away by the light of the moon. There's some journaling tucked under there. I love these Audubon pages and these traditional medicinals tea bags. This one says Earth Laughs in Flowers. And I just liked how all these colors went together. So all these things went here. I kind of meant to do more journaling here, but sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just end up tucking stuff. March 10th, 2024 is when I took that rose picture. I just liked how this looked, you know. Ooh, there's some prairie vervain And I did know what this yellow flower was called last year, but I don't anymore. And Cinco the ugly doll. He's called an ugly doll. I'm not calling him ugly. That's his name. He is my son. Okay. I love this spread so much because I told you I didn't want to do anything to these beautiful coffee stained, tea stained, I don't remember, William Morris Strawberry Thief pages. Oh, okay. I actually don't want to show you that. And I just love how these look together so much. I started out like meaning to do more stuff to this vellum page. And then I was just like, actually, I love it just like this. This is perfect. And then these are some notes from my baby's birth. This is the ruler that they measured her with. And then these are her footprints. I asked them to put it on this page thinking it was going to be in black ink, and then they did it in pink ink, so you can like barely see them, but they are there. I kind of think about maybe I should outline them in pen just in case the ink fades. I don't know. Just a little display of some of my favorite tea bag tag quotes from traditional medicinals. I drank so much traditional medicinals because I was drinking the red raspberry right before I gave birth, and then I was drinking the mother's milk after I gave birth, and I just went through so much of it, and I can't bring myself to throw away a single tea bag tag with a quote on it. So there's that. This is another journal card that I did journal on it. Oh my god, look how precious she is. Look at her little baby bum bum. She's so friggin' cute. And there were some tiny, a cat like had a bunch of kittens. There were 5. There's probably a 5th one like under this bunch that you just can't see their head. And they decided to live in our front garden for a while, and they were really cute, but also, well, whatever. This was going to be a pocket, and then I ended up deciding I liked what it all looked like so much that I just wanted to glue it flat. So this is just glued down all the way on this side. This is my old Starbucks partner mail label. I took it when I left. Little birthday card, and this has a bunch of like birthday stuff. This envelope is a tip in here, and I love the envelope. This polka dot paper, so cool. Put some stickers on it, and then what I have in here is just like a bunch of birthday cards. This was a birthday card that somebody drew me. I'll let them eat cake birthday card. Ooh, this probably has a picture of the German chocolate cake that I made, and I had a painting party for my birthday where people came and helped me paint my house. That was very cool. Happy birthday. This one's from my dad, I think. Yeah. This looks like it's from my mom. Yep. Yeah, just some fun birthday notes. Okay, this this was supposed to be for my 100-day project. And I went so hard during my first few days of my 100-day project, which I guess was over here. So yeah, I like straight up like recorded a ton of songs in this section. This was really more like the 7 to 10 day project or something. The 8-day project. It was the 8-day project. And then basically I got diagnosed with gestational diabetes, and like researching that and figuring out how to make it through that without having to go on medication. So I didn't have to have my baby in a hospital, because I really wanted to have my baby with the midwives at the birthing center. And if you can like keep the gestational diabetes diet and lifestyle controlled and not go on medication, and not have any other like serious risk factors, then you can stay with the midwives. But otherwise they risk you out and they make you go to the hospital. So it literally became like my entire life to research that and experiment with that and figure that out. And I did it successfully. I was able to give birth the way that I wanted to. That was really wonderful. So what I ended up doing with this, because I set up this whole spread for this 100-day project before I started it and I ended up using the rest of it. There's my Venus flytrap blooming last year, and it's actually blooming again right now as we speak. So that's pretty cool. I ended up using the rest of this little accordion insert to journal mostly about the rest of my pregnancy and my birth and the first couple weeks of my baby's life. I did, however, end up releasing a single. I released the eclipse single right in time for the eclipse on April 16th. April 14th. I don't know. It was sometime around then. In April, there was an eclipse. And in the Friday before the eclipse, I released my song Eclipse that I wrote under the last total eclipse of the sun that I had seen a couple years ago. And this was some art that I made for that. I made it like proper square album art, but then I also like redid it, like rearranged the collage digitally to make it like tarot card shaped. And I did the same thing for Night of Torches and made it into a card as well. Because this is based on the 8 of Cups anyway, and then the Knight of Torches is based on the Knight of Wands anyway. So it will not look at that. That is a picture of my hoo-ha with a baby coming out of it. But this is my little tiny baby, and she was so funny looking and so cute when she came out. And here we are with her like 5 days old. The day of the giant crazy tornado. Some old Venus stuff, kind of like a Venus dedication page, I guess, with a quote about, it says, "A woman in the presence of a good man, a real man, loves being a woman. His strength allows her feminine heart to flourish. His pursuit draws out her beauty. And a man in the presence of a real woman loves being a man. Her beauty arouses him to play the man. It draws out his strength. She inspires him to be a hero." And I thought that was appropriate for this Venus page. This was for when we first moved into our house. So some of the pictures of the house and painting the kitchen, painting the library. I made another little waterfall out of the paint chips that we used to paint some of the rooms. This was the dinner on our like big move-in day. The people that helped, we got barbecue and all had dinner together. There we go. I just like this little interactive element here. I think this is fun. And then my friends like got together and got me 2 of my dream climbing roses. And so they sent me some happy mail about it. And oh, what's this? Oh, one of my friends took some pictures during move-in day. That's fun. There's the rose and some of the happy mail from one of the friends who contributed to the roses. Oh man, my realtor is also one of my good friends, and as like a housewarming gift, got us this beautiful antique bassinet and a bunch of other stuff, which she has now grown out of. She's now a year old, so I mean, it makes sense, but I love her so much, and it's so beautiful. Okay. There's the door knocker that I put on the house, like first thing. This card, I just felt like went with the vibes of the page, and it says, "Seek magic every day." Vibes. This is a bunch of pressed flowers from, and I have a junk journal with me video making this page. But there's a bunch of pressed flowers, mostly wildflowers from around our property. And this is like from a book of plants where I think this is something that we have growing in our front yard. I think that's actually what this is here, these guys. Another little Venus page with a Carcy Blanton quote from one of her songs. Do I actually journal in these? I did, about my garden. Very nice, on another beautiful Audubon page. I loved making these little custom paper clips from these rose pictures. These are just backed on like file folder cardstock. And I just think they're really pretty. My German chamomile did not ever come up. And I bought a German chamomile plant this year, and it has bloomed 3 flowers, and it's just kind of still like dinky and sad looking, and it makes me sad because I love German chamomile so much. Okay, let's see. There's my rose. There's another beautiful dinner. Salmon, bacon wrapped goat cheese stuffed dates, and a beautiful salad, and some berries that we harvested from the backyard. Orchid tag. That's my old driver's license. And that's also from the last house. More roses, more garden journaling. Oh, this is my successes, things that actually like bloomed and lived through the year and were exciting. My lemon tree did not survive the winter. No surprises there. I don't really know why I thought it would. I just wanted to believe that it would. Another journal card about gardening. This is, I believe I have a video about this, because this is like all the shit that like makes me angry and that I want to forget and that I want to like alchemize the energy into better things goes in this envelope. And then I don't have to think about it. Also, this page smells great. The smell's kind of faded, but it still smells a little minty. This is the plans for the web of weird garden trellises that we made. I guess I don't have pictures of those here. There's a little baby card. What's in here? Some photos of putting her bed together. We got her a free floor bed on Facebook Marketplace. She is napping in it right now. Some flowers that I put together for a friend. Little baby pictures. Little baby back in there. And then this was Father's Day. Sean's first Father's Day as a father. And I made him that shirt that has little baby footprints on it in the shape of a butterfly. And I just thought it was really cute. And also, she's really cute. And look how happy he is. Look how happy he is to be a daddy. Very exciting. This was like a shirt that I bought on the Cantha Bay used buy sell trade thing. I didn't have a picture of it, so I just painted it on my gel plate and did a print of it here. More Japanese quince. Just some baby stuff, and a nice note about, there was a friend who I had been talking with him about like creativity and art, and about how like he'd asked like what creative projects I was working on, and I was like, literally all of my creative energy is going towards making a baby. I was pregnant while we were having this conversation. I have no creative energy for anything other than creating a baby. And then he came to my baby shower and he brought me like a bunch of art supplies and a note. This is the note. This new chapter of your life is going to be beautiful. Never stop creating. Made with love. And it was like, oh, it was like brushes and things and all like the paints and everything. And it was arranged like a bouquet of flowers. It was so creative and so thoughtful and so sweet. And I just felt like, wow, like he really remembered that conversation and really like took it to heart. And I feel so seen. And isn't this the cutest baby you've ever seen? Oh, love her so dang much. Oh my God, look at that. Look at that perfect little creature. I better not talk so loudly. I'll wake her up. And this was one of the two, I guess, of the affirmation cards that I made. A bunch of these got colored at my baby shower. I guess these two didn't. I guess I put them here instead. And then a bunch of the ones that didn't get colored at my baby shower, when I like went into labor and was having really painful contractions, I just went and colored a bunch of them, which was nice. It was a nice distraction. Here's another tarot reading for the new moon in Pisces. I guess Aries, some Aries stuff as well. Who knows what all's in there. I don't know if that's a... Looks like a spell, probably. We'll just put that back. A little junk mail envelope here. Oh my god, I turned the air conditioning off to make these videos so that you don't have to hear the air conditioning running. But oh my god, it's getting so hot and humid in here. I need to finish this up so that I can turn it back on. Also, this video is getting really long, but that's just how it be. I told you it was going to be long. I got this thing, this printer, what's it called? The Sprocket, that little HP Sprocket that is like a photo printer. And it prints everything so fucking pink. And I didn't really realize it until after I had printed a bunch of stuff because I was like doing it in the dark. And then I realized it the next day. And so now when I print from it, like where's the Father's Day ones? I just like tint everything green, like 40% green. And then it prints like, this is much more true to color. It's still like a little off color wise, but it's much, much better than, for example, these. But I wasn't really mad because, you know, pink. We like pink here, especially on a baby. Look how freaking cute she is. This is a gel print that I made from a foam stamp that I made. There's a song that I wrote, some journaling about my mom coming to visit, and Mother's Day and stuff. I think this is, oh my god, look how freaking cute she is. A lot of journaling there. Like father, like daughter. Her meeting her great grandparents when she was like 4, 5, 6 days old. Some of my necklaces. This one was given to me like in honor of me becoming a mother by my uncle. It was from my late aunt's collection, so that's lovely. I'm actually still wearing it right now. I don't think I've really taken it off since then. Such a cute little baby. Such a cute little baby. And these shoes were my baby shoes when I was a baby. And then she got to wear them. And now she's too big for them, but she's too small for every single other pair of shoes that we have for her. But she also likes being barefoot. Oh yeah, I went to a friend's wedding and it was really great. And then I did a kind of weird gel print painting of my baby. The onesie looks great. Onesie came out fantastic. Face. That's better. It's fine. We know she's cute. Talking about time and how time flows as a mother. We gave out a bunch of herb seeds, heavy on the rosemary seeds, as baby shower favors. So I have a ton of these packets around. Just some ink testing from my archival inks, my Ranger archival inks. And I kind of picked out like what were my favorite ones that I wanted to have easier access to. And those are in my little drawer. And those are the starred ones. And that's kind of how those look together. Forget not that the earth delights to feel your bare feet and the winds long to play with your hair. I think I have a junk journal with me page about this one, or video. Mostly pictures of me and my baby naked in the bath, but it's very cute. So just so you know. And then this is the card that I drew that helped me actually decide that my word of the year was going to be overflow. The Ace of Emotions. The Ace of Emotions from the Muse Tarot. I started doing some paintings on gel plates, and I have a video about doing this as well. Coloring page. This was my friend like colored this for me, and I put it in, and this is a poem about friendship that I thought applied. And then I ended up coloring the back of it because I did it as like a tip-in. So I colored this side of it with watercolor. And then I colored this side of it with just like some spray ink and a bunch of gold Sharpie. You can see it's all shiny. Here's a little manifestation list. Some fun doodles and gel print painting. But on paper, things can live forever. On paper, a butterfly never dies. Little moon paper clip. I love that. Life is good. That's true. Life is very good. Towards the end, I think this whole last signature, I was just kind of like, this book is so friggin' overflowing already. How can I fill up this last signature as quickly as possible so I can move to a new one? And that's what I did. So I kind of ended up journaling about like emotionally coming, you know, after having a baby and like looking back at my year after having a baby and looking back at my year like between, so it was almost a year between my miscarriage and getting pregnant again and having a baby, and like kind of coming to terms emotionally with the miscarriage and actually coming to a place of gratitude for kind of like the me time that I got back for not having that first baby when I thought I was going to. And that's kind of what this is all about, is just like a lot of the creating that I got to do. There's a little spell, ways to love myself. This is kind of like, it's kind of equivalent to my new dopamine menu. It's not quite the same thing. Oh, I think I did more reading. I could go back and fill that out more. I got these fantastic vintage linen sheets, and it came in the original packaging. So that's what this and this and this is. And then this came with the order. That's my little baby. My little baby. What a cute little baby. She's probably like 3 months old here, maybe. Oh, I made her a little denim bonnet, and then I made her another little bonnet, and there's no picture of her wearing that one for some reason here. Whatever. It's a lot of baby pictures towards the end here. This is a gel print painting. She's so cute. Her face is kind of funny here. She looks a little like a pig in this one, but she's still real cute. Oh my God. I love these so much. Someone is looking up to you. Don't let that person down. No friggin' shit. I think about it every day. And then I think I used this as just like a canvas for a ton of baby photos. Yeah. God. What a cutie. If you're not into baby photos, you can click off now. Here's a poem by Jessica Ehrlichs. Now that you're a mother, they say that you will change. And what a gift it is to never be the same. To take with you the old and rearrange the new. To hold a little hand that grows alongside you. You'll hope you don't forget. You'll try to remember then. You'll drift back to the good old days, seeing now that this was them. More baby photos. Oh my God, she touched my face. She touched my face. Now she like bats my face. Oh, she's so beautiful. I love her so much, guys. Little spell here. Full moon and Capricorn reading. More of the reading and more. This is a bunch of the journaling about like all the creative work that I was able to do in that year after my miscarriage, and some old-fashioned photos of me long time ago. It's like high school and college. Maybe this is all college. I just liked this. I didn't change it. Why change something that's already perfect? Oh, this is where I was like working on my sigil. I think it started where I was like, this is gonna be my sigil, so I'm gonna write it in my journal. And then I was like, this still needs a lot of work. So then I did a lot of work and a lot of work. And this is the final one. And I kind of broke down the different parts of it there. Some more miscarriage journaling. These were photos from my first pregnancy. We were so excited. And I have a video that's either already out. It's probably already out because it's already uploaded and like ready to release. And this one I'm still filming. So, and it's called like The Darkness Between the Stars full zine tour with songs and poems or something. And I made a zine all about like grief and longing, I guess. And some of it's about my miscarriage. And there's a song that I wrote about my baby, the baby that I never got to meet. And that's in there. That video has like 3 whole songs in it that I've never shared before. So if you're interested, I'll pop that link down below probably. I did some sewing. It's like a little reversible corset top that I made. The album art for the album that I made after my miscarriage. Some bread that I baked. And then I got this. My original baby was due in June, on June 1st. So I call him my little June bug. And I got a little pearl earring that I wear now to remember them. I want to get a little emerald for Rosemary so that I have them both up there. But I don't, as much as I love and honor Rosemary and would love to wear an emerald in my ear, I don't really need jewelry to remember that I'm Rosemary's mother. I mean, you don't really need jewelry to remember any big thing that you've gone through. I don't know. I'm going to stop talking. Here's the Night of Torches album art. This is a breastfeeding photo, so just ignore that. But this says only a few days old. Lies. This is the literal day that she was born. So funny looking. So friggin' cute. Look at those little eyes. Those little eyes. What an adorable human being. I love these photos. And I love this quote. It's from my friend Brooke. Speak to your children as if they are the wisest, kindest, most beautiful and magical humans on earth. For what they believe is what they will become. Oh my God. Precious moments, no kidding. Look at that little baby girl. And then I kind of did these like as like a flip thingy. Did I journal on the back? Nope, but I could if I wanted to. These are from my baby shower. We had like, I gathered these branches from the yard and then I cut out some leaves of green paper and had people write like blessings for Rosemary to hang from the tree. We still have it hanging in our, like near our fireplace in our living room. What a lovely day. On beautiful paper too. And then some of my maternity photos that my friend Stacy took for me. What a good friend. What a good friend. And there she is. A faithful friend, exactly. What a gal. Oh, some old, I was like going through old journals trying to decide like what to keep, what to throw away, and what to repurpose. So if I had like blank pages, I kept them so that I could turn them into new journals. And then if there was a lot of crap that I just threw away. But then there were some things that I was like, I need this. So I kept it and I put it in here. And probably most of these were not colored, but I remember what color they were supposed to be. So I think I colored them when I put them in here. I think it was all just pen and ink or pencil. This was another one from an old journal. This is from a dream that I had where I couldn't find myself because myself had run away. And then I found my fuchsia fedora on a tree. And I was like, oh, there you are, self, to the hat. Because the hat, I guess, was myself. And then I was like hung upside down from a tree playing guitar. And I had this dream like so long ago. I did not play guitar when I had this dream. So very interesting. Maybe I'll do this for a music video someday. I have so many music video ideas and 0 music videos. The first step in a journey. Yep. This was a maternity photo, but you can't see my belly. But I promise you, it's a maternity photo. And so is this one. What makes me feel beautiful? Lots of things. The power of finding beauty in the humblest things makes home happy and life lovely. Louisa May Alcott. Today holds unlimited possibilities to see the beauty in life. Ain't that the truth? And you are capable of amazing things. Also true. Really a lovely journal. And that is it, folks. That was a long video, almost an hour. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I am going to go turn the air conditioning on immediately. But I love you. Thank you for being here. If you enjoyed this, please do give this video the old thumbs uppus. And if you want to see more things like this, first hit subscribe down here, and then click one of these things around here to watch more stuff like this, because I have a lot more stuff like this on this channel. So you know what to do. I'll see you around in the next video. Bye.